Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're here for the WPL Week 2 against Takiyo, and yeah, we're 1-0, he's 0-1, and this week we bring Scarfed Salamence, Stelium Z Scizor, Scarfed Amanitan, Defensive Lefties Crook, Specs Keldeo, and defensive lefty Skunk Tank. He brings Rotom, Swallow, Mega-Metagross, Latios, Rhyperior, Mamo. So he leads Rhyperior, I lead Scizor. I go straight for the Stelium Z Bullet Punch. I should have had Iron Head for that, just to deal a lot more, probably kill, but I didn't. Then I U-turn crit him, very fun, and go to Crocodile, get the Intimidate drop. He throws off a Quake, so that's something. And predicting my rocks here, he swaps to Swallow, as I do get rocks up, and I have nothing to switch into but Specs Boom Burst, so I just let this Crook go down, and then I bring out Scizor to Wall, and I go for the U-turn as he goes into Rotom. No, I knock off his Rhyperior, it comes out. I see the Rotom, so I go Skunk Tank, as he just Volt switches, predicting a swap, and he goes into Swallow, no, Mamo, so I Sucker Punch, and he just Quakes. I knew he'd Quake, I want to talk about this, I knew he'd Quake, but there's no reason for me to go on Immense to take Rocks damage on that turn, there was no point. I probably could have doubled to Immense and then doubled to Scizor, and I would have still had this, but it really doesn't do too much, so it's like, I didn't think it was worth saving. And then I go to Keldeo, I click Surf as he goes to Lati. I really did think he'd do it, but I just didn't really make the play of Icy Winding, because Mamo could have hit very hard and I needed Keldeo. So then he Psychics, and he's actually Scarfed Lati here, which I did see happening. I did see that being a set, and you're gonna see he swaps to Rotom as I U-turn, predicting that, and go into my Ments. Then I realised he's defensive Rotom. I hadn't realised he'd had lefties before. I thought he was a bit offensive. So obviously, if he was offensive, the Stone Dish would do a lot more. But as he's not, it doesn't kill, and he's able to throw off a HP Ice, not kill, but I'm able to pick up the kill with the Stone Edge. So we're down here, still 4-3. He goes to Lati. Obviously, Scarf Lati can knock me out. He goes for the T-Bolt. Now, this is a big turn here. So, he obviously wants to get damage for T-Bolt. So that's a big thing, because Swallow still doesn't knock me out Boom Burst, and Pinsir's gonna have a problem if I could, like, crit him. So, there's still a chance for me to win. So I Bullet Punch, and I do land a crit, knocking out Lati. Go to Pinsir here, and I do not Bullet Punch. Here's my thoughts. So pretty much I played this stupidly, because Bullet Punch would have 2-hit KO'd anyway. I thought if he SD'd, and then just quick attack, he would have won. But I knew Keldeo could take one quick attack from Pinsir, so I honestly decided to Aerial Ace, and went for that instead of Bullet Punching. Because Bullet Punch, I just didn't think it was the play. It really was though, so you're going to see I get knocked out by return. And you're going to see why it was the play, as I live quick attack, and I throw off an Icy Wind, not enough to kill. If I Bullet Punched, I would have at least killed that and got one more differential point. So he still had Spec Swallow and Offensive Mamo, so they both could have killed me. Actually no, I could have beaten Mamo, but Swallow would have beaten me because it outsped. Anyway, it's my, that is my WPL Week 2 game versus Takiyo. Week 3 we're going to be playing the Enchanted Celebi, who I think is 1-1. He might be 0-2 though, I'm not sure, he's one of the two. I haven't watched his game versus Texas Man. So yeah, goodbye. Bye!